What is up, guys? Player One Gaming here. I'm back with another video. Here talking about Michigan's Week 1 depth chart. This is from the Michigan Insider, but I'm going to read through it for you. Now, this is just going to be going over. This is just going to be going over their who's going to start each job at quarterback, running back, and all different positions. So that's basically what is happening here. So let's read down. With only 11 days until the 2018 season, when was this? Wait, hold on. 4 hours ago. Okay. With only 11 days until the 2018 season officially kicks off for Michigan, it's time to post our first projected depth chart of the 2018 season. The Wolverines will meet Notre Dame under the lights of Irish Stadium on national television and NBC in what many believe is the biggest game of the first week for college football. And, well, they are having game day there, so I guess so. With a ton of experience returning and Jim Harbaugh naming Shea Patterson the team starter for the opener, like we talked about yesterday, there aren't a ton of battles still up for grabs as far as starters go. However, the battles on the two deep and a few important battles in the trenches remain as the Wolverines look to put their best 22 on the field when meeting up with the Irish. The Wolverines begin their season ranked 14th in both the AP and coaches poll, which we also talked about yesterday. To begin the season, they will meet 5 top 12 teams, including 3 on the road, in a quest to win the program's first Big Ten championship since 2004. With the aforementioned experience returning and most of that experience having immense talent, the expectations will remain high despite the difficult schedule, with many believing this is a better roster than the one that came within a foot of a Big Ten East championship in 2016. Now, I don't know about that, but I don't know right now, but I don't think so. I don't want to be negative, but I don't think the offense is going to be as good as 2016's. These are our current projections for Michigan's depth chart in the season opener against Notre Dame. As always, these projections are subject to change as fall camp is not concluded. All right, so this is going to be going all over every spot. The quarterback, Shea Patterson, Brandon Peters, Dylan McCaffrey, and Joe Milton. This is not really a surprise at all. Shea Patterson starting. Brandon Peters has been there a while. He's basically been there the longest, but they brought in Shea Patterson for a reason. Dylan McCaffrey, I'm hearing a lot of good things about him, and so I'm hearing a lot of good things about Joe Milton as well. But they are, still young. They haven't been there very long, so there's a reason they're toward the bottom here. Analysis. This depth chart appears to be set in stone as Michigan head coach Jim Harbaugh announced on Monday that Patterson will be the team starter against the Fighting Irish. Backup would be Peters, with redshirt freshman Dylan McCaffrey sitting third for now. There is zero doubt that this is Michigan's strongest quarterback room under Jim Harbaugh. There are 3 players who are capable of playing on the roster now, and Milton may have the highest eventual ceiling of anybody. Running back, Ron Higdon, Chris Evans, and Christian Turner. Never heard of Christian Turner, but he is a freshman. I really like Ron Higdon. He's kind of like the powerhouse. Chris Evans is the speed. And I don't know about Christian Turner. I have to look up about him. Higdon and Evans make up one of the best and most versatile 1-2 combinations at running back in the country. The real question is who will spell them in the third spot. It would not be a surprise to see walk-on Drew Wilson see snaps early on as well. But we're going with Turner, the player who would have picked in the summer. We would have picked in the summer. He appears to be the real deal early on and has been mentioned by offensive lineman John Runyon Jr. as having been the most impressive freshman in fall camp. Fullback, Ben Mason, Jared Wangler, and Ben Van Samieren. I'm sorry if I spelled any or I pronounced any of those wrong. I've only heard of Ben Mason, but let's read here. Analysis. I don't need to say that. Much like quarterback, Michigan is a textbook Harbaugh fullback on their roster. Finally, in sophomore Mason, who is very likely to be a key producer for the Wolverines offense. The battle to watch will be in the second spot, where senior Jared Wangler appears to have found a home after spending the bulk of his career on the defensive side of the ball. This could easily be a situation where Vince Mirren moves up as he acclimates himself to the offense. Wide receiver, Tariq Black, Donovan Peoples-Jones, Grant Perry. Yeah, definitely those guys will be starting. Then we've got Nico Collins, Nate Chenot, Oliver Martin. This is not a surprise. I don't know who the second stringers are. I do know who Tariq Black is. Donovan Peoples-Jones is amazing. And I've heard of Grant Perry as well. He's very good. Michigan's wide receiver position should be vastly improved this season for a few different reasons. One, and maybe most importantly, is simply a year of experience under the belts of true freshman Black. Peoples-Jones and Collins on the outside, all 6 of the names on this list should be expected to play considerably this season, and with a higher ceiling at quarterback and improved offensive line, the upside for production at receiver looks really good in 2018. That's a really good thing. No surprise here at tight end as well. Zach Gentry, Sean McCoy, Nick Eubanks, and Mustafa Muhammad, and Luke Schoonmaker. I'm not surprised about this at all. I expected Zach and Sean to start, or beat one of those two being the starters. I don't know who Nick is, but I heard a lot of good things about Mustafa Muhammad. I heard he was like a 5-star or 4-star or something like that prospect. But Michigan's tight end room may be one of the strongest in the country in 2018, with Gentry especially primed to have a monster campaign. McCoy is much more than a steady producer and is the all-around guy who makes things click for the unit offensively. Eubanks was on his way to a productive season in 2017 until an injury cut things short for him. The staff has 2 future bookends at the position in Muhammad and Schoonmaker to build around as well. Very good. Tackles John Runyon Jr., right tackle James Hudson, left tackle Jalen Mayfield, and right tackle Jawan Bushell-Beatty. Yeah, that seems good. Runyon Jr. appears to be in a good position on the left side as he's built on a strong offseason with a good fall camp showing at this juncture. The right side remains up in the air to our knowledge, but we're going to side with potential as Hudson's ceiling is higher. That battle could still go either way, however. Interior line, Ben Breedson, Caesar Ruse. I didn't even name the positions. Left guard, Ben Breedson. Center, Caesar Ruse. Right guard, Michael Onwenu. Left guard, Chuck Filiga. Center, Steven Spinellis. And right guard, Steven Spinellis. What? Oh, he's both? Okay. Left guard and center are set in stone, with Breedson and Ruse forming one of the better combos in the conference. At right guard, Michigan has what I would call a good battle going on. However, comes out on top there is very likely to be a productive player. If Spinellis loses out to Onwenu, he remains incredibly important as the 6th best lineman on the roster, and may even be the backup at left guard if need be. All right, let's get to defensive tackles. Nose tackle Aubrey Solomon, 3T Michael Dwumfor, NT2 Brian Moan, 3T2 Carlo Kemp or Lawrence Marshall. Michigan's best player from last season in Maurice Hurst is gone, putting the pressure on Dwumfor to live up to some lofty preseason hype. Kemp's progression has been noticeable, and both Moan and Marshall drew strong praise from Don Brown early in fall camp. As our own Sam Webb reported over the weekend, Michigan has a real shot to run 9 deep on the defensive line thanks to progression in the middle. Defensive end, anchor strong Rashawn Gary, age weak Chase Winovich, anchor 2 Kwity Paye, edge 2 Aiden Hutchinson. I don't know who Kwity Paye and Aiden Hutchinson is, but I do know who Rashawn Gary and Chase Winovich are. Chase Winovich actually is a 5th-year senior, which is I'm surprised about because I thought he could go to the NFL if he wanted. Gary and Winovich comprise arguably the best bookends of college football. Behind them, Paye is a player who would be starting for most teams in the country this year and has the looks of a future star on the edge. Hutchinson's immediate rise should not surprise those who followed his progress and development during his senior year. And in the Army game in January, he's another young player with a chance to be a big-timer sooner rather than later. Linebacker, Devin Bush Jr., Khaleke Hudson, Devin Gill, Josh Uch, Jordan Anthony, Jordan Glasgow, Josh Ross, Noah Furbush. I do know who Khaleke Hudson is and Devin Bush is. Oh, Jordan Glasgow, I feel like I know him too. Noah Furbush, I do know him. Broken record, but Michigan's linebacker corps is among the deepest and most talented in the country in 2018. Bush and Hudson are All-American candidates, while both Gill and Ross are almost certain to see significant snaps as well, at will. Don Brown mentioned Jordan Anthony as having a strong spring at Mike, and Uch is one of the easier breakout candidates to identify on this year's team. In a short amount of time, Michigan has turned linebacker into one of the most athletic positions on the roster. Very good. Cornerback, Lavert Hill, David Long, Ambry Thomas, Brandon Watson, Thomas, Jalen, Kelly Powell. Surprise, surprise. Michigan's cornerbacks are one of the deepest positions in the conference, if not the country. Hill and Long are both capable of All-American seasons, and Ambry Thomas appears ready to take the next step as a cover man. The Michigan coaches continue to love fifth-year Brandon Watson and both grad transfer Casey Hughes and Jalen Kelly Powell appear primed to see the field this season as well. Mike Zordich group appears to be loaded once again. Safety, Tyree Kinnell, Josh Metellus, J. Merrick Woods, Brad Hawkins. The emergence of Hawkins and Kelly Powell gives Michigan a little more depth this season and puts pressure on both Kinnell and Metellus to perform at a high level. The latter in particular struggled near the end of the year, but brings a physical game, and he's reportedly working hard to improve his coverage ability. This will be the group under the closest microscope, as Michigan is loaded at every other position defensively in Don Brown's scheme. And that's it. That was it. Why are they making this so hard for me to scroll all the way back to the top? All right. So there we go. There's the projecting Michigan's Week 1 depth chart. So that, of course, that is subject to change, but it looks pretty good to me, and I'm hearing a lot of good things. So definitely, this is a good thing. Tight ends are good. Defense on every position is good. Quarterback is very good looking. People are believing we'll be better than we were in 2016, which I don't know. I still don't believe that, but we'll see. And, it's looking really good right now. Running backs looking really good. Cornerbacks, safeties, centers, tight end, wide receivers are looking a lot better. So, very good. But that's the video, guys. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you later.